Yo, let's go. More Slay the Princess. Yep, this content warning still applies. Can cause motion sickness, and also it's a horror game. With a lot of... spookiness.
You're on a path in the woods,
Oof.
and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Is this where I left off? I sincerely hope so.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Yep, we've got no option to turn around because we already did the confusion ending.
You make your way up a warning. She will
Blah
not
blah
go
blah
through
blah
this,
blah.
right? She's a princess. We're
We're
supposed
to save princesses, not slay them.
Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Yeah, let's just go.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. The blade is your implement.
Yeah, let's just go. I don't need a blade to do this, I'll do this by hand.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a
Blah,
staircase
blah, blah.
faintly illuminated. Her voice softly carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
It's hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life.
Yeah, we already did the romance route.
Don't let it fool you. Good. You're still listening to reason. It would be better if you had a weapon, but you may. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist,
God,
binding her to the far
games that are
wall
good
of
at
the
making you
basement.
feel bad.
She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone?
Voice of the hero not exactly being a feminist?
I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Hi. Do you think you can get me out of these chains?
I'm really sorry for what's coming next. Oh, I can't attack her.
Okay.
Okay, so we've got options to keep her locked up, retrieve the blade. Okay, I'm gonna get... I don't know, do I have the heart? Like, I kind of got into it instead of just exploring routes last time I streamed, but this time... Look at her big, sad eyes. Maybe I should do it just to make myself get into it. I'm sorry, I can't trust you. This doesn't add up and it isn't worth the risk. Wow, what a mean thing to say.
Thank you. You turn back to the stairs, intent on retrieving the blade in the cabin.
So, what? You're going to try and kill me? You'll regret this. I promise you. But go
That's
ahead.
sinister.
Run along and get whatever you're planning to get. But you'd better hope that I don't slip these chains before you make it back down here.
Slip these chains? She can't, right? She needed our help to get out of here. But do you hear the conviction in her voice? I don't think she's bluffing. She has to be bluffing, but hurry.
Even narrator's doubting.
You rush up to the first floor, grabbing the blade, both yours and the world's only possible salvation. Okay, if we're sure about this decision, I'll support it.
I got the knifey
I
cursor.
suppose we have a world to save after all. You slowly creep down the basement stairs. It's quiet.
There's no narrator talking about how musty and stinky the princess is.
Where the princess sat only a moment ago, there's only a severed arm. Its cooling flesh still chained to the wall,
Holy shit.
and she is nowhere to be seen. Is it just me, or did this room get a lot bigger?
I think we got off on the wrong foot. Do you think we could start over? Just start something for her now. No, let's
Your
finish
eyes
this.
dart to the corners of the room. You don't see her. Where is she?
Close the door behind us.
You close the door behind you. Almost magically, its locks immediately click into place. Maybe they'll open if you
Fuck
finish
that
the
door.
job.
But also,
You step forward to investigate the severed limb.
good evening, Olive. We are slaying princesses. Heads up that this game has a lot of body horror.
A trail of blood leads from its jagged stump into
And
a dark
mean
corner of the
words.
basement. And then you hear the quiet patter of feet against the floor, and there's suddenly a weight on your shoulders. The princess tears into you.
See?
Her teeth and claws are unnaturally sharp, ripping into your shoulders, digging into your throat. You fall
Normal
to the
game.
ground, the princess eagerly tearing at your flesh. Holy shit. What is she?
Fight back.
You roll the princess off your back and turn to face her, rising to your knees and readying your blade.
Okay, cool.
Those eyes. She's going to kill us. Yes, things do look a little grim, don't they? The two of you are losing quite a lot of blood,
Lad.
but there's a reason she decided to strike from ambush. She isn't confident about a direct confrontation. Just because she's playing it safe doesn't mean we have the upper hand. Come on now, don't let your confidence waver. This is an important moment.
I'm going to kill you.
Spooky.
The princess leaps onto you as you raise your blade in defense. You find your target, and time after time you strike, but the wounds she inflicted in her ambush hinder your movements, and with each fresh exchange you're a little slower, a
Stab.
little weaker.
Stab.
You seek solace.
This is
in
Jonathan
that
Sims.
she is slow.
It is in fact.
Finally, she collapses.
Yes, of course, I
And
forgot
you
that you had just
collapse
finished the
beside
Magnus Archives, but yes.
If you think
This game has two
is
voice
it,
actors.
You're sorely mistaken. One way or another, I'll make sure you pay for this.
Wow, she is grumpy.
Your grasp on the blade weakens. It slips from your numb fingers, lying uselessly
water.
on the floor.
Oh yeah, no, he does such a good job in this game. He really,
This can't be
well,
how
you
it
just
ends,
listened to the
right?
Magnus Archives, so I don't need to explain it, but he plays, you'll see.
I'm sorry, but it
Actually,
is.
no, you've seen.
You aren't making it out of this basement, but at least you finished the job. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Ah, I have done quite a few loops before this. Chapter 2, The Witch. Ooh. I like a good
You're
witch.
on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't,
Blah, blah,
it
blah.
will be the end of the world.
Mm-hmm. Proceed to the cabin.
A warning before you go any further.
Ah, yeah.
She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. Don't worry. You can trust us to get the job done.
The Opportunist. That's a interesting voice.
The interior of the cabin is a mess of twisted roots. The
looks
walls a
great.
chaotic weave of knotted wood that, almost as if by accident, just happens to resemble a room. The floor is damp and earthy, and the only furniture of note is a slab of mud in the shape of a shelf, with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement.
Yep,
You'll
we're
need
taking the
it if you
blade this
want to
time.
do this right. You take the blade from the shelf. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. Well, if we're grabbing a weapon, we should probably keep it hidden behind our backs. She doesn't have to know we have it. That's not actually a bad idea. You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall.
I like touching
I
the
hope you know
cabin
how
wall.
ridiculous you look right now.
Enter basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase dug into the muddy
Girl
earth
awakening
below.
because of this game.
The
Good.
ceiling is thick with
Th-
roots
that's
that hang
praxis.
like locks of tangled hair.
This just in, Twitch user Blueberry Birdie is in favour of Bird Girl Awakenings.
The weak starlight from the cabin windows behind you can barely penetrate the gloom here, only illuminating the edges of an opening below. It shines in the darkness like some kind of massive...
Oops, I right-clicked again. Damn it. I need to get a new mouse. This one, if I'm not careful, I can accidentally right-click. It shines in the darkness like some kind of massive maw, waiting to swallow you into the earth.
The air smells of dirt and copper. It's thick and wet, as if your lungs are being coated in mud with each intake of breath. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favour. Her voice skitters up from below.
Something nasty finds itself on my stairs. Come on down. Don't be scared. I probably won't bite.
X'd it out. Hello.
I recognize that voice as easily as I recognized your nervous little footsteps coming up the path. I know who you are, and I remember what you've done.
She must have you confused with someone else.
Yes, don't worry about it, Mr. Narrator.
She seems friendly enough. Maybe we can talk our way out of this whole situation.
There's no way you actually believe that.
You can't. Unless you slay her right away, she's going to break free and end the world. There's
Wait,
no
really?
reasoning with what she is. Look, I'm just throwing ideas out there. I like to think out loud. I'm the kind of guy who likes a discussion.
Oh
Don't
god,
we
you're
want
making
to
me
hear what
think
everyone
of
has
work.
to say before making any big decisions?
You sound like we should be scheduling a meeting.
Do you want to hear what everyone has to say? Or do you just want to hear yourself talk?
Thank you, Gerard.
You need to stop lingering. Your task is to slay the princess, not endlessly debate about what to do with the princess. Fine, fine. You're the boss. Thank you. You descend the basement steps,
No, I
entering
see it.
the dark room below. You can just make out the shape of the princess in the gloom. She's huddled against the far wall, her eyes bright and glaring from amid the thick roots.
And there you are, one hand tucked away behind your back, gripping that sharp, sharp blade, no doubt.
You got me.
That's no fair. How would she know that?
I mean,
So, we've dropped the pretenses.
catgirl mouth.
Good.
She's acting like the two of you already know each other. Oh, no. You've already been here, haven't you?
Yep.
That's pretty sharp. How'd you figure that one out? Call it deductive reasoning. Well, you seem to be great at it. Do you remember us then? Do you remember last time? No, I don't. But you and the princess clearly have a shared reality, even if I'm not a part of it. I won't waste time fighting you on something that's clearly true. I'm just glad
Those
we
hairy
put
legs look goatee
all
to me.
this behind us. Is it all behind us? Just focus on the task at hand.
Does
I
that
don't
make
care
sense?
If you've been here before, and I don't
I,
care if you think you'll go
I associate
somewhere else
goats
after
with
this.
hirsuteness.
My world is on
She's
the
the
line
goat,
right now,
of course.
so I'd appreciate it if you would take this seriously and slay her. Let's chat her up a bit first. Maybe we can find a middle ground where everyone's happy. Don't talk to her. You're just going to make things more difficult than they have to be.
Well, I seem to remember you having a tongue.
I get the sense that you're not happy with me.
Is that a joke? Do you think a joke will charm my trust back? You'll have to try harder than that.
Look, I know things got messy, but there's something bigger at work than both of us. We should team up.
I suppose you didn't come into my hovel of your own accord, did you?
I'm gonna romance
Oh.
this girl.
I suppose I could team up. I need a way out after all, and unfortunately, you're the only one I have.
Seems to me like she's offering a mutually beneficial arrangement. We should take it. Do you know what the word mutually means? Because it sounds to me like she's offering an arrangement that benefits her and her alone.
Can't you get out on your own?
Oh, of course. They're nothing to me.
The princess grins as the chains fall from her wrist. She could have gotten out of those the whole time. That sneaky little... A woman after my own heart, really. She knows how to hold her cards close to her chest. This is why she can't just be abandoned here. If left to her own devices, she'll find a way out. Now stop her.
Take this as a gesture of goodwill.
You can't be serious. No, now, hold on.
Sip water.
We should put this to a vote. The blade is one of our most valuable assets. We can't just give
What
it
could
to
go
her.
wrong? Come
What if
on.
she uses it to kill us? As do I.
I vote no, as do I.
Abstain? You abstain? She's going to kill us if we give it to her.
This isn't a democracy. We're giving her the blade. Give her the blade. Yeah, never mind. That was such a silly idea. I'm not going to give her the blade. She clearly hates us. Don't do it. We're giving her the blade.
You're going to get everyone killed. You know that, right? But of course you do. You toss the blade at the princess's feet.
She didn't expect that.
She eyes it with suspicion before kneeling down to pick it up.
Let's see what happens now.
I wouldn't have done that. Why did you?
Wanted to see what would happen.
She creeps forward, taking one cautious step at a time until you and she are face to face.
What do you think happens now?
Oh boy, we got options. You're beautiful. I want to actually save you, and this feels like the only way to do it. If you like someone, I know you're probably going to kill me. Remain silent. And it's up to you. That's why I gave you the blade. I chose last time and I regret it, so now it's your time to choose. We're both scared and we're both hurting. If one of us doesn't make a change, we'll probably kill each other forever. Do you want that? I don't. We can be better than this. These are all reasonably good options. But I'm going to go with the option that I feel in my heart, which is that I wanted a catgirl wife.
She pulls back, clearly caught off guard by whatever nonsense you just said to her. I thought it was nice. Whether it's nice depends on if we meant it. We didn't mean it. Did we?
I did.
If you were lying, we'd all know. But unfortunately, you weren't lying.
What? What do you mean by that? What kind of game are you playing?
The look of surprise
playing
that
Slay the Princess.
momentarily softened her features vanishes as she steals her nerves. And then she buries the blade in your heart.
Ah, nuts.
What? No. No, come on, that's not right. I told you this is what she was going to do. Glee dances across her face as you fall to the ground.
I did it! I got you! You...
The princess seems to tremble, her smile fading quickly, replaced with concern. Her nervous eyes brim with tears.
Why? Why did you let me do this?
But you don't have the strength to respond, nor do you have the time.
I'm playing hard to get, that's why I did this. I need
Everything
to stab
goes
you
dark.
once, so you think that I don't like you. But after that... Oh, the mind games are on. Past life gambit. Hand your power to a suspicious character.
You're on a path in the woods. I can't believe she actually stabbed us.
Oh, come on.
I told you not to give her the blade. I told you it would come around to bite us. I voted against it. Yeah, we know. You already got your I told you so's in while we were bleeding out.
Wrecked.
I just wanted to make sure that everyone here knows that I was and am on the right side of that argument. Oh, you're far from being
Oh,
on the
we got
right
smitten.
side of anything. You're fixated on the past, whereas what you should be is fixated on the future. Ho, a visionary. I like it. Tell me more. Gladly, my dear fellow. By cruelly turning on the princess in her moment of vulnerability, we made ourselves an enemy. But by mastering our fear and insecurity and handing over our power,
Yup.
we've begun a journey to something so much deeper.
I like it how completely random lines have quite significant pieces of information in them. We made ourselves an enemy.
I like journeys. Travelling is a bit of a passion of mine. It makes me so relatable. Now, where are we off to?
Where do you think?
Well, if we're lucky, it's a journey to love. She hates us. Does she? She hesitated before stabbing us to death. As ridiculous as this guy is, maybe he has a point. I don't know if I necessarily buy into his whole love journey thing, but maybe she won't be as keen to betray us this time. We've
Or
already
narrator.
proven to her that we can change, so maybe she'll realise that things don't have to end in violence. You know, maybe you're right. In which case, I suppose the only thing to do is to get back to the cabin and give it another try. Give what another try exactly? You are aware I've been listening to you, right?
Yeah, we don't care.
It makes no difference if we conspire in the shadows or bear our intentions with open hearts. We are breaking your cruel cycle and whisking her away to freedom. Oh, are you now?
Yes.
Great. So you've obviously been here before, since you apparently died at least once. Sure.
Oh, shoot.
Twice. Then I'll spare you the little introduction I had planned. You already know about the princess, and clearly you already know that she's dangerous. So don't muck this up. It's bad enough that this isn't your first time through.
Why did it skip a line there? Okay. This place is different. It keeps changing.
Wonderful. If the woods themselves are changing, then that's all the more reason for you to take this seriously. It would mean your grip on things is slipping, which, in turn, likely means her influence is spreading. Someone's in the know. I've already said too much. The more information you have, the more difficult your task will be. Don't listen to her, definitely don't free her, and if you can, don't even think about her. You don't have to worry about me.
Don't think about
My
her.
head's always empty. Except the thoughts of her.
Head empty, only princess thoughts. I'm done with this. Bye. Turn around and leave. God, that would be a bit of a chaotic angle. I am planning to free her.
Please don't. You can't stop all of us, you villain. Let's just see how the wind blows. I'm not opposed to saving her, but let's not rule anything out just yet. Let's see what she has to say.
You're a piece of shit, opportunist.
Stop sitting on the fence and pick a side already. We don't need you waffling when things get hairy. I've already picked a side. Our side. I'm here to make sure that whatever happens, we wind up on top. Because that's worked out great so far.
Yeah, that could have gone worse.
Well, we're not out of the game yet, are we? And again, I'll
Alt
have
F4.
you know, I wouldn't have gotten us killed last time. I wanted to stab her in the back, not hand over our precious backstabbing implement.
You sure seem to be taking the whole looping thing in stride.
What do you want me to say? It's bad that you've been here before. It's bad for you, it's bad for me, and it's especially bad for the world. The more times you run through this, the more likely it is that you'll fail. You've already failed twice. So you knew this could happen. Theoretically, sure, I knew this could happen, but I was supposed to be the first. I'd really rather not get into it. I don't care about where we came from, and I don't care to discuss the theory of anything. I yearn only to bring her freedom. I'm here to feel, not to think.
Feel more, think
Then
less.
we can all move on and forget what I said about failure. It's important that you believe in yourself, and the fact you're here probably means that you still have a chance to pull this off and save the world. My world, at least. Sounds like you've probably doomed a couple of others already.
It happens.
I need to stop talking. Think happy thoughts.
What happens if we just leave?
She gets out is what happens. Maybe not right away, but eventually. And a world that's doomed tomorrow is just as bad as a world that's doomed today.
No, it's not.
He's a bummer, isn't he? All doom this and
Sorry, I've got
doom
an
that.
itch on the right side
There's
of my
more
head,
to the
right
world than
underneath
how
the
and when it
microphone.
will end. Love is what makes everything worth doing.
Whatever you do, don't listen to this one. He's ridiculous. Whatever he wants you to do, do the opposite.
Let's go to the cabin.
It isn't long before you find yourself at the base of the cabin. I think it's clear where everyone stands at this point.
Yeah, not against you.
I don't know if I'd say everyone. You talking about me? I have a position. It's a good one, too. Ignore him, he's just talking for talking's sake. My position is the only one that matters. You know what you have to do. The interior of the cabin is hardly an interior at all anymore. The burned-out ruins merely suggest the shape of the structure that once stood here, charred wood still reeking of ash. But beneath it lies the fresh smell of spring growth after rain, the promise of new life in the wreckage of the old.
Poppies are a symbol of World War II remembrance in New Zealand and Australia on account of the poppies that bloomed on the fields of the fallen.
The only furniture of note is the crisp shell of what was once a table. A pristine... Wait, this isn't right. This is
Okay,
supposed
that's
to be a
new.
pristine blade. Why isn't there a pristine blade? We gave it to her last time.
Sip water.
She can't still have it, can she?
If she wants.
Well, it's not here. And if she has it, let me guess, you want to get all chummy with her.
Yes.
Look, as far as I see it, if it's between him and her, I say we side with the one who has the weapon. It's just the smart thing to do.
Fucking owned narrator.
I wouldn't be so hasty. I'm sure the blade will turn up somewhere. She can't have it. That's not how this is supposed to work.
If she does have it, that's all the more reason to put our faith in her. We've already shown her our heart. Now she has to show us hers.
Unless her heart tells her to stab us, which doesn't seem unlikely, so yes, I agree. Let's make sure we get on her good side. You're right, the mirror is back. There isn't anywhere for us to go, but there isn't a mirror. I still don't get his angle here.
Either way, I say we take a look. It feels like it's been forever
Arden.
since we've actually seen ourselves. For all we know,
Full
our
of
feathers
chili.
are all out of place. And that's why we haven't yet won her heart. We must put our best face forward.
Yeah, we can't go around looking disheveled. A real go-getter takes care of his appearance.
I really don't like the opportunist's grind set.
So, is the door to the basement behind the mirror? I promise you there isn't a mirror, and there isn't a door to the basement. The entrance is more of a burned-out frame than anything else, and it's right there on the far side of the room. Do you really not see it?
Approach mirror.
You step forward and approach the scorched entryway leading to the basement, hesitating before you begin the descent.
You know what you have to do. Wipe away the grit from the mirror, and behold our handsome features.
It went away when we touched it last time. You reach forward and wave your hand through the hollow entrance leading to the basement. You really thought there was a mirror there, didn't you? That can't be good. As if things weren't unpredictable enough.
Alas, our fine features remain unseen. We'll just have to trust that she'll find us beautiful as we are.
I like Smidden's self-confidence.
Well, seems like the only way to go is forward, isn't it? Yes, that's where everything tends to be. Let's just put on a good face and have our wits about us. You step through the frame of scorched wood and make your way into the darkness below.
I feel a bit sorry for this princess. I've baked a lot of contradictions into her.
The stairs to the basement are covered in a fine layer of gritty ash. The air still feels warm, as if the fires that ruined this place had only recently been extinguished. yet fresh shoots of thorny branches are already weaving themselves through the soot-covered earth of the walls around you. Their spines point courteously down towards the basement, so you're able to brush past their jagged points with ease, at least on the way down. But you don't need to think about the way back up just yet. That's a matter for after the world's been saved.
Fuck you for that, narrator.
These thorns are an expression of her pain. I know it. She's calling out for help.
Her voice, worn down by pain and suspicion, hobbles
Oh.
up the stairs.
I can't get away from you, can I? We kill each other and you come back. You let me kill you and you come back. I don't know why you let me do that. I don't know what you want from me.
I just want to talk.
I think you know how this goes. I'm down here and I can't leave. So, come down and talk. It's not like I can stop you.
You continue down the basement stairs, brushing past the smooth edges of thorns that grow more and more plentiful.
How is
as you make
every
your way
route
forward.
so interesting?
You step out into what was once a vast open cavern, now overrun by briars and prickles and thistles, the space thick with hostile vegetation. At the heart of it all, encased in a tight weave of vines, is the princess, her bloody, trembling hands clutching a pristine blade.
Did you know this was going to happen to me? Are you here to watch me suffer? Are you here to laugh?
I'm really sorry, actually. Yeah, I'm here to laugh. What did you think would happen after you killed me? Did you think I wouldn't hold it against you? No. I'm not here to laugh. I'm here to free you. Reach for the blade. I can cut you free, but you'll have to give me the blade. You're in a prison of your own making. I broke our cycle of violence. If you still want to wallow in it, be my guest. I guess I don't have anything left to say to you. Fine, if you're gonna be like that, die then. I'm going to leave. Have a nice life. I can cut you free, but you'll have to give me the blade.
And I'm supposed to believe it's safe in your hands? That you aren't just saying what you need to say in order to fool me and save yourself?
Yeah, that's fair enough. You're not the only one who yearns for freedom. I'm as trapped as you are. I think we need to leave together.
The princess clutches the blade closer to her chest.
That sounds nice. I'm so tired of the bad blood between us. But it's hard to let it go. You've hurt me.
Her eyes dart away from yours for a brief moment.
And I've also hurt you.
Can I take the blade?
Her eyes briefly meet yours, then dart back to the floor. She hangs her head in resignation.
Okay.
Reach for the blade.
You reach towards her bloodied hands, laying your palm on her trembling fingers. For a moment, she clutches it even tighter, her knuckles going white with the effort. But then the tension fades. Her grip finally loosens and she allows you to take the weapon. You carefully pull it free from the thorns, though they scrape at your skin, leaving red trickles of fresh blood all along your arms.
She trusts us. She trusts us. Doesn't that set your heart aflutter?
It makes me feel a bit less bad.
Yeah, a little. It could just be nerves. Being this close to her does bring back unpleasant memories, but I don't know, it doesn't feel bad. Feels good.
A bath, some
Like
tea,
we're
a hug.
Special to her.
Yes, I agree.
We are special to have
I-
gained an ounce of trust from a maiden so guarded. Now all that remains is to free her from her bindings.
Why does the knife already have blood on it?
Yeah, let's
The cursor, I
Let's
mean.
show her how much both of us have changed. Or, here Hear me out.
Fuck
Slay her.
off.
Right here, right now. She's never been so helpless, and if we don't take advantage of that, we may never get another chance. That sounds like a splendid idea. You should listen to him.
Yeah, we're not doing that.
I see that the lines have been drawn. It's 2 against 1. It's 2 against 2.
You don't get a vote. This is me.
You don't count.
Yeah, thank you.
And why shouldn't he count? Because he's clearly not one of us.
Anyway, I'm the tiebreaker.
That doesn't matter. He's been with us the whole time. He should get
No, a previous iteration of him has been with us.
So, did you mean it? Or was I a fool to hand my life to you?
I just wanted my blade back. You're on your own. Turn and leave. Fuck no. Cut her free, of course.
Yes. What a good idea. Let's cut her free.
I hope I never see the opportunist again.
Oh, so you're suddenly team free her? You can't just switch sides as soon as we make a decision. I can do whatever I want, and I believe with my whole heart that this is the right course of action. Let's free this princess. Everyone deserves a chance of redemption. Let him join us and be merry. We are all united by our passion.
I respect your ability to see the best in him, Smitten.
That's right. What he said. We've already given him a chance at redemption. And who says I don't deserve another? I really mean it this time. I'm big enough to admit when I'm wrong.
This
But
is
I
what I
want to
get
help
for
you all
fucking
free
going
her.
back for the knife in the first life.
And I have no problem with that. Welcome to the team. You're one of us now. One of the good guys. You take the blade to the thorny vines imprisoning the princess, and she flinches, relaxing only slightly as the blade slices into the thick vegetation rather than her arm. And she flinches again as the last of the vines is cut away, as if, after all of that, she's still expecting you to turn on her and stab her in the heart. But you're not going to do that,
I'm
are
not
you?
going to do that.
Still, all it would take is a single slip of the blade. Such a pathetic attempt at distraction and subterfuge. Our blade is a dashing sword, and every dashing sword
Thank you,
is an
Smitten.
extension of its hero. It won't slip. You're right. He can't even make it slip, can he? He's a bit of a nobody. Good thing I've been on your side of all this since the beginning. The princess falls into your arms, tears streaking down her cheeks. I can't believe you're making me describe this. I hate you.
Cope and seethe.
You actually meant it. You rescued me.
Do you see the way she's looking at us? Kiss her. Kiss her now before the moment ends.
No. Or... maybe I will.
Can we actually do that?
The music just cut out.
No, you can't. Absolutely not.
Give her a smooch.
You know as well as I do that we can. And we wouldn't want to throw away a chance for a special moment, now would we?
Fuck off, opportunist.
If I were only capable of throwing myself off a bridge. Well, are you going to describe our steamy, romantic kiss?
I love you, Smitten. Never change.
You lean in and you kiss her. And...
Hero getting in on it?
and she reciprocates enthusiastically. You kiss. It's done. Are you happy now?
Yes.
Come on now, this is the big moment. You can do better than that. Ugh, fine. You and the princess lock eyes and stare deep into each other's souls with all the roaring emotion that comes from letting what once was hatred turn into pure, unbridled passion. Are you making fun of us? And then each of you close your eyes and kiss. Words can describe neither the nuclear fire nor the oceanic depth of your connection. Please. I think he actually likes romance. If history itself were not about to end, historians would document this moment for the rest of time
Musicians would write era-defining ballads, and great artists would expend entire lifetimes trying to merely capture the spark you hold right now. He's making fun of us. It doesn't matter either way, because this is good stuff. I'm aware of my skills. But unfortunately for you, the moment doesn't last forever.
True
Open
love's
your
kiss.
eyes, the
Kiss her.
princess smiles
Achievement
gently up
unlocked.
at you. Time for you to damn the whole world to oblivion, I suppose.
That was nice.
Her hand slips into yours, and the two of you rush to the basement stairs. Shameful, really, that the same thorns that so graciously allowed you downstairs are now blocking your only way out. Please, after all the trials we've been through, do you really think a few measly thorns can stop us? Love is an even more powerful weapon than our blade.
I love when Smitten gets going.
We cut through those other vines just fine. They're only thorns. I'm not afraid of getting a few scrapes. I'm not even sure we need to do any cutting. We can just move them out of the way. What a pathetic showing, really.
A few pointy sticks can't keep us down here. We're both meant for so much more than this.
Why is this a choice? This is making me really nervous. Cut into the thorns.
As you swing your blade into the thorns covering the basement stairs,
Leave.
they yield. Both you and the princess ascend the stairs without obstacle. This is unacceptable. The second you step out of this cabin with her, the world ends. Do you hear me? What did the world ever do to you to deserve this?
Settled me with you.
Your nightmare is our dream. Whatever world would condemn star-crossed lovers like us to a cycle of
Just made them
violence and
recede?
despair
Okay, that's a relief.
Isn't a world worth saving. We'll weave something new together. Something better.
Okay.
You and the princess hesitate at the cabin door. This is your last chance.
Could you fucking imagine?
We've already made our decision.
We're finally leaving here together, aren't we? And all we had to do was trust each other. It wasn't easy, but I'm glad we finally could.
Achievement
Hands
unlocked.
clasped,
Turning over a new
two
leaf.
of you open
Work
the
through
door
issues and learn
and
to trust
step
again.
out into a new day, you irredeemable murderers.
Yep, I hear the sound of world ending.
What do we do now? Where's everything going?
It's okay.
Why is it so cold?
It's okay. You do not get the chance to respond, nor will you ever. It's time to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
We've been here before.
But it feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything. Yes, I fear that we won't like what we'll see. What if we just sit here and preen for a while? That can't hurt, right? If they think it's bad, I'm with them.
I'll see you on the other side.
Okay. If you say so. We'll trust you. She'll be there waiting for us. I just know it.
Accurate.
Finally. We're going places.
I approach the mirror. Silence as I reach forward. They've gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but I need to see what's in it. I am nothing at all. But that isn't right. You can't be nothing. You refocus your gaze, and then you see it. A figure, faint and veiled in shadow, just just beyond the reflection. Are you me?
I think you know what I am.
I think you know what I am. Why did I read that one out? Okay. A crack forms, splitting the mirror in two, and then another crack forms, and another, turning the mirror into jagged shards of broken glass. Hi. So you're the narrator. I was wondering if I would ever get to see you.
The narrator, yes. I suppose that's my job, isn't it? You needed help after all, an objective voice to guide your blade. But you were never supposed to see me. I wonder how many worlds you've damned to extinction to fall this far.
Hey. Okay, we might have a limited number of questions here. And final option is destroy the mirror. What is this place? I wasn't supposed to see all this, was I? I've met you many times. Have you been the same all along? The same you all along? Are you part of me, or are you something else? Every time I ask you something, it's like a piece of you breaks. He's so conceptually wet. He is. He's spooky and wet. I have so many questions for you. What a waste of a question. Are you a part of me, or are you something else?
No, I'm not a part of you. But that's all a matter of perspective, isn't it?
I suppose.
From one vantage point I must seem wholly foreign, but from another, well, all the versions of me that have existed have collectively heard your every thought and driven your every action. If that isn't being part of you, then what is?
Identity? Versions of you. You've said that before, so I really was meeting different yous.
You were, and it was by both necessity and design. This construct you're in exists in many places at once. Any time you failed, any time you thought yourself dead, it would restart and shunt both your consciousness and hers into another world. But you'll be awake soon, and then it won't be able to work like that anymore.
God, I hate that glass shattering noise. Do you have anything to say for yourself for this hubris? After everything you've done to us, do you think anyone deserves to live? So you know about the looping. So many of the times I met you, you denied it. It's even been possible. Why did you lie to me? The people out there beyond the walls of the construct, do they know about this? Do they know what you want me to do to them? What? And what is my true identity? Okay, yes, that's a good one.
You're the long quiet, the god I made to rid the world of death.
Okay. I'm really glad that I cottoned on immediately to the fact I had limited questions. Are you a god, or were you a god? How am I supposed to rid the world of death?
By slaying the princess. Once she's gone, everyone will get to exist exactly as they are. No more fear, no more howling chaos, just life. Forever.
If you're not me, then what are you? What is the princess did you make her to? If you're not me, then what are you?
I am an echo, likely one of many. Somebody made you after all, and I'm what's left of him. Not that I'm the only one who can make that claim. I'm sure you've met many others like me.
Was there a sequel to that one? You hate this man. Really? Do you want me to ask him if he has anything to say for himself? The people out there beyond the walls of the construct, do they know about this? Do they know what you want me to do to them?
Of course not. The only way this construct could function was if nobody knew what it was doing. But the bones of the universe are old. It's on the cusp of its dying breath, and the people out there are consumed with thoughts of oblivion. When the patterns are wiped from the sand, when the board is reset, who will remember them? All I've done is give them a chance to live outside of the shadow of the end.
I think I kind of want to say that to him anyway. But I do want him to say what he thinks the princess is. What is the princess? You didn't make her.
She is the shifting mound, the ebb and flow, the capacity to change. She is transformation,
Okay.
or most of it. Her nature is why I had to die, for she becomes that which others perceive her to be. But an echo can't perceive things, not in the way that people can.
Oh! I'm really glad I asked that.
So I tucked a part of myself into the folds of this construct to guide you.
The part of yourself. The mirror?
Seems that every me you met did a real shit job of it, though.
If you made us, then I want you to know that this has been torture.
The inevitability of death is torture. I would gladly put two infinite beings through what you've been through to spare infinite lives from oblivion.
Uh-huh. Do you know that things won't just be worse if I destroy her? Does it hurt when pieces of you break off like that? No, no. Obviously not, because it's based on your actual belief rather than your your will. Of all things, why is she a princess? Why couldn't she be an ant or a slice of soggy bread? Why did you make her a princess? I wonder if these lead to the same answer.
Are you asking me to spend my final moments psychoanalyzing you? She wound up a princess because you wanted her to be a princess. As to why? Maybe she needed to be beautiful, important, above you, but on a level you could still approach. A herald of things to come. I don't know. Gods are supposed to be beyond comprehension. I really shouldn't try and anthropomorphize you like this.
Death of the author, run out of questions. Rest easy, I'm going to destroy her. I'm not going to slay her. And I want you to know that before you die for good. Damn, I thought I'd have one last question to say. Do you have anything to say for yourself? Lie, rest easy, I'm going to destroy her. Oh, okay, we're going with that one.
Are you lying? I can't tell. But I've said my piece, and my time is up. It's like I said, I'm just an echo, and echoes always fade away. You know what you have to do.
Crunch. As the final fragment of glass shatters, I see myself with newfound clarity. The narrator was right. I am the Long Quiet, a vast and nascent god. And it is finally time for me to wake up. All of this is me. Proceed to the cabin one last time. A thorny vessel. Bring the thorn to her. I missed the previous achievement. When I arrive at the heart of things, there is no final vessel for me to bear witness to. There is nothing for me to find. Hi. Hey girl, how you doing?
I can finally see you, and you can finally see me.
Hey girl.
It's been so long, and my heart has ached for this moment. I've missed you dearly.
Yeah, me too. I've missed you too. She unfurls an endless cascade of smiles in response and then patiently waits for me to continue. Did you know about the echo? Did you hear our conversation?
Every word you spoke found its way to me. I know him, and I know his construct. He was deluded by his fear of death. Pay him no mind.
Gotcha. I like her halo crown. I'm the Long Quiet, but I don't really know what that means.
Names are their attempts to capture that which cannot be captured. They call me the Shifting Mound, a pale imitation
That mound sure
of
is
what I
shifting, though.
actually am.
What happens now?
Ever the passive player, always reacting and never acting. But it's woven into your nature, isn't it?
Yes, it's how I control the game.
When the echo spun us from one into two, he gave you a choice and me a role to play. I am not death, but I contain it in my multitudes. So, will you attempt to destroy me and bring about a world devoid of death and the possibility of meaning? Or will you open the final doors to our liberation?
Yeah, I don't like him. There's so many stories we've left unfinished. Can we really just leave?
Even as your eyes begin to open, you still hold on to the
Yo, thank you for the
notions
sub,
of
Spicy Neon.
is and is not,
We are at the end, I think.
and end. Pitch black islands in the blinding light of the infinite. There is nothing
As
to
you might have
resolve,
inferred,
nothing restraining us but us.
I will be putting up the VOD so you can see how we got here, definitely. Don't you have a say in all this? Why is all this falling on me?
Of course I have a say in all of this. You and I share reflections of each other's burdens, just as you and I share reflections of each other's gifts. If we didn't, the winding paths that brought us here wouldn't have been full of strife and conflict.
Ah. If I let you out, an entire world ends for good. I can't do that. It ends if it stops changing as well. So, yeah. If you're always going to become this, then what was the point of me doing anything? Did it even matter what roads I walked if all of them would have led to this moment?
If you're saying that, it's because you don't yet understand. But we cannot use words alone to grasp at things that words cannot express. And you cannot rationalize with logic that which defies it. Violence and passion are dances that both of us know well. If this is what it takes to enlighten you, then so be it.
Girl, I wasn't going that way.
A thought is a vine, and some thoughts nurture thorns that bleed the soul, and endless
Okay.
growth that blots your vision and strangles your trust. When I succumbed to myself, you patiently stood by me and cut the thistles that rooted in my skin. Your compassion is what freed us both, but compassion is a thing that must be nurtured, and you cannot nurture that which cannot change.
If I had known what you really were, I wouldn't have been so quick to free you. Nah. Of course I helped you, I didn't want us to hate each other. I won't engage with violence.
Then help me again. We are each other's liberation.
Yeah, I'm going to. I just want to exhaust the dialogue tree first, girl.
Your lover drives a stake into your body, and another, and another, and another. Do I miss your heart because I can't stand to see it go?
Oh, this is Princess POV. Hey, look, it's me.
But the stakes meant nothing to you. You had a desire, and you set that desire free. You lifting me and me lifting you. Forever and ever and ever. Consumed by true belief, there was nothing that could hold us back.
I was blinded by emotion, we both know that. That feeling never left me. Stop the fight early and surrender. This is a fight? I want that feeling back.
It never left you. You just need to open your heart to me once more.
I didn't realize that I was in a boss fight. Hi.
My masses mob you. There is no beginning to them, nor is there an end. There is only the flood of bodies. And every moment you hold every possible sensation at once. And then you hold them all again.
I'm really sorry about that one.
And in the end, you returned it to me. For a brief moment, you were everything. A chaos that needed ordering. But without chaos, there is no reason.
I couldn't understand you then, but I think I understand you now. You seemed in pain. I'm sorry for what you did, for what I did to you. But it was the only thing I could do.
I saw with a single pair of eyes what I needed dozens to comprehend. And now here we are, each with millions of eyes, and all of them opening to what we are.
Hi.
A shiver passes through you as unseen fingers, cold as the grave, dance across your skin. They remember the violence you inflicted on them, and yet they do not return it. I offer you a path to your redemption, and you take my hand in yours.
Hey girl, it's nice to see you again.
You felt the pain you caused another, and you were willing to sacrifice everything you thought was used to set me free. Without sin, there is no redemption.
Okay, that's a good point. But without redemption, there can be no sin. And I would sacrifice everything to free you again. I'm not sure if there's a fail state for this. I don't know what's happening. But I am trying to pick something that I wish I could say to these princesses. I assure you there are lots of Christians who think there's sin without redemption.
And yet there is nothing left for you to sacrifice, so long as you accept me with open arms. Let person? Is it their body? Is it all of their body? Pluck the eyes, peel the skin, strip the tendons, mince the meat, grind the bones. When it is all gone, do you still have who you started with?
Hi.
A person is not a body. Death is a transformation into something new. It is only bodies that fear it.
I'm not my body, but I feel my body suffer. But what am I if I'm not a body? I don't fear death. But what am I if I'm not a body? I'm not my body, but I feel my body suffer is a pretty salient point.
Do you suffer now? Let go of what you think yourself to be, and exist.
As the clash between us abates, I begin to shake, my will rapidly dissolving.
Nothing is immutable. Everything that is exists only in relation to everything it isn't. There is no constant. There is no center.
Would embracing a constant have been the path through this?
Open your eyes and accept what we are. We can leave this prison together.
I did kind of try to accept change because, like, that's my actual IRL belief. It's so easy to believe the things you believe in when you get to sit above it all. What do you think happens if we leave here? Okay, I'm ready to go. But how do we leave? I never wanted to fight you, but how do we leave? I can't let that happen. I can't let everything die. I have to fight for a better world. I'm so sorry. That's a good answer. You are cruelty itself and I cannot let you exist. I don't know what the answer is, but there has to be something else. It can't be this. I won't kill you, but I won't let you free. You've done everything you can to make me understand your perspective, but you keep dismissing mine. If you think you can change me, then I must be able to change you. Again, I kind of... have a lot of difficulty embracing the stakes when, first of all, we've ended a bunch of worlds to get here, and we're being told that we're ending countless more, I guess? What do you think happens if we leave here?
This universe dies, and a new one is born. And that one dies, and a new one is born. And you and I get to witness it all, weaving a tapestry of life wherever we go.
That does sound kind of poggers is the thing. Okay, I'm ready to go.
Nothing brings
Through
me
conflict,
greater
we
joy
carve
than
meaning.
to hear those words. The final piece lies with you.
Free yourself. There are a couple of endings. I got your favorite? I fall into myself. The body of an ancient creature stirs from its hibernation, and I feel sensation in limbs I once couldn't fathom. Everything here, except for her, is me. I feel my wings spanning a cosmic scale, but twisted and crumpled and bound in agonizing tension to a finite plane. I can feel the glass of the construct pressing in on me, confining me across infinite sides and infinite angles. I push back and strain against it. But it does not yield.
I love you.
Love you too, sweetie. Take her hand. All at once, the unyielding tension breaks. I'm preparing for scare noises. I am free, and she is with me.
It's magnificent.
There are no words, no thoughts to describe absolute reality, something that simply is. What happens now?
Everything. Just like it always has been. And just like it always will be.
Step into the infinite. Me and her step forwards into 1,000 dawns and 1,000 sunsets, each of which contain 1,000 more. I exist and am aware, just as I have always been, and I always will be. Though conflict is in my nature, the two of you will never be alone, and the two of you will never know fear. You and she are finally home. There are no endings, only new beginnings. So the princess created by credits. Oops. The voices in your head, Jonathan Sims. The Princess, Nicole Goodnight. Written by Tony Howard Arias. Art by Abby Howard. Additional artists and... Okay, I'm doing stream here. Special thanks, Manly Badass Hero. There we go. Our song. The Princess, The World Ender, The Fury, The Shifting Mound Movement 1, Hitching a Ride, The Shifting Mound Movement 2, To Be Everything, The Shifting Mound Movement 3, It Was Always That Easy, The Shifting Mound Movement 4, As an expression of our gratitude, here's the track order for a special playlist. Let's report it on the stream. Explore, join the Discord. Follow us somewhere else. Make your playlist, play our other game, return to main menu. Oh, that's a spicy meatball. I think that's probably the right point to wrap up the stream, actually. I'm going to keep playing it in my own time, but that was... Maybe I'll do, like, one more route. Just one more. Chapter 1, The Hero and the Princess.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin.
Hello,
And in the
motherfucker.
basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her.
Oh, okay. Thanks for telling me what to do.
Don't mention it. It's all part of the job. You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. A warning before you go any further. She will... We're not
Blah,
gonna go
blah,
through
blah,
with this,
blah,
right?
blah.
She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them.
Eat well.
Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
I am sending you visions of beautiful princesses. The way I've
The
been...
interior of the cabin
Hold
is
on.
almost entirely bare.
Okay, we've
The
had this
air is
conversation
stale
many,
and
many times
musty,
before.
and the blade is your
The way I've been approaching the game has always been thinking about it in terms of a meta-narrative, in which the narrator has made a universe for us to explore that is shaped by our perceptions, due to something that turned out to be outside of the writer's control, air quotes, but... Into the basement!
The door to the basement creaks open. Her voice softly carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
It's hypnotizing. Don't let it fool you.
Hi!
Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since I've had any visitors. Please, come downstairs.
Hey.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone? I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Hi. Do you think you can get me out of these chains?
Hold on, let's talk a bit first.
Okay.
What's your name?
Oh,
She pauses, carefully formulating her words before she responds.
you can address me as Your Royal Highness. Or you can just call me Princess if Your Royal Highness is too formal.
Is Princess her name or her title? What if it's both?
She is
Could you
Princess
imagine
Princess.
being named Princess Princess?
I can. That's actually my name IRL. Please don't dox me. So is Princess your name?
Like I said, you can call me Princess if you'd like.
That's a yes.
I'm sorry, I've been down here so long I guess I've just forgotten. I must have a name though. Everyone has a name.
Okay, that's weird. She hadn't even thought to pick a name for herself. Hopefully you're starting to
It's
see that she
okay.
can't be trusted. Go back upstairs, get the blade, and slay her before it's too late.
No, we already did that one. If I'm the first person you've seen in a while, what have you been eating or drinking?
I don't see what that has to do with anything.
This is the only time this is ever going to happen, but I agree with the princess. That's hardly relevant.
No objective. Make the narrator fall in love with the princess.
Okay, but actually, what has she been eating? She has to eat, right?
I was sent here to slay you. You're apparently supposed to end the world. But I don't think you're actually dangerous, but I wanted to see for myself. I'm still not sure what to believe. I'm starting to think it's true. There's something about you that doesn't feel right. Oh wow, so many options. I don't think you're actually dangerous.
Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world, I think. I don't remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here for so long.
Oof.
That's... How long has she been locked away?
Did they tell you how I'm supposed to end the world?
What are you going to do if I let you out of here? Deflection. No, which is why I don't think you're actually dangerous.
Sooner or later, you'll learn to trust me. Hopefully it won't be too late when you finally come around.
Thank you for believing me. Now, can you help me get out of here?
I'll see what I can do.
You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Please don't bite off your arm again.
Maybe it's somewhere
Again.
upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
I'm going to check upstairs.
Okay, I'll be here. Good luck.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place. Is someone else here?
Try the door.
You try the door, but it's locked from the...
Let me out of
shouts
here.
and plead. You're here to slay the princess. You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade like you were supposed to. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
Narrator problem.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
Yep.
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
She barely hesitates before
Yep,
raising
there
her
we go.
arm to her mouth,
Typical
her
princess
teeth
behavior.
tearing through her limb with the determination of a trapped wolf. As she rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you, the clang of bouncing metal. It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here.
Do I do
There's
it?
a time to strike. It's now.
She just started biting her arm off. I'm a bit alarmed by that.
Or we could
Sort
use
of.
it to free her. You won't like what happens if you do that.
Shall we slay? I've not done that way before, and I'm concerned that if I go down save the princess, I'm going to end up in a rude scene.
Without hesitation, you bring the blade down and plunge it into the princess's back. Finally,
Sorry!
the wound drives her to the ground. Okay, there's no going back now. I'm with you to the end.
You bastard. Were you lying to me this whole time?
The princess pushes away from you, the motion ripping the blade from her back. Wounded, but still alive, she crouches on all fours in the corner of the room and meets your eyes with the ferocity of a cornered predator.
You've made a terrible enemy, and there's nothing in the world that can possibly save you from me.
I thought we had the upper hand, but it's as if she's barely even threatened by us. It's an act. She's wounded and unarmed. There's nothing she can do to hurt you. I'm not so sure. Don't waver now. As you ready your blade to deliver a lethal blow, she lunges at your legs with the same animal ferocity she used to tear at her arm.
You can see her nature as a being of change, within a single life sometimes.
Your knife cuts into her again and again as you're tackled to the ground, your body racked with pain as she rips into you with tooth and claw. Forget about trying to rescue her. This is about survival now. Give her everything you've got.
Slay.
Though your nerves are seizing with pain, you know you've done your fair share of damage as well, your blade having left deep gashes in the princess's back. You seize a moment of hesitation to throw her off of you and shakily push yourself back to your knees. We can still turn this around.
Give up, finish the job, run for the stairs and lock her in the basement. Maybe she'll bleed out. The basement door that's locked? Finish the job.
You steel your resolve and take another step closer to the princess. You probably won't make it out of here alive, but you can still make sure that she won't make it out of here either.
God, I feel so bad every run.
Excuse me? What's this about not making it out of here alive? Do you think this is what I wanted to happen? I have a duty to state the facts of the situation, and honestly, it's a miracle anyone in this room is still standing right now. Don't act so surprised. Can you not feel all those gashes and holes pulling you apart? If the princess doesn't do you in here, blood loss is certain to finish the job.
Hey, fuck you, narrator. I see what you're doing this time round.
You take another step forward, and the princess lunges towards you. The two of you enter one last exchange, a flurry of blade and claw and fleshy ribbons, and then you stop. Neither you nor princess
Now I
able to
kiss
go
her.
any further. You collapse on the ground, and the princess collapses beside you. Blood pools around you both, and you watch each other fade away.
After all this time alone, I thought I'd finally found a friend, but you were just another monster, weren't you?
Silence.
I
as the
feel
room
bad.
starts to get fuzzy around you.
I feel really bad.
You've paid a terrible price, but you've saved us all. It's over.
Yeah, fuck off, narrator. It's not
I
over.
think this is it. You're sorely mistaken. One way or another, I'll make sure you pay for this.
But you don't have time to worry over such things. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Chapter 2, The Witch. Oh, we're back here. Same place, actually.
You're on a path. You're here.
Blah, 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 blah. Turn around.
Oh, you're the boss. Seriously? You're just going to turn around and leave? Do you even know where you're going?
The only thing that matters is where I'm not going. The cabin. I'm not going to the cabin. I'm actually pretty okay with the world ending. I welcome the coming of a new dawn beyond our own. Gonna walk in the opposite direction now.
There won't be a new dawn if the world ends. There'll just be nothing forever.
Falsifiable.
Fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin. That's strange. It looks like this path also leads to the cabin. How convenient. Everything's back on track again. Maybe the world can.
Okay, I get the impression that if I carry on down this path, I'm going to end up in the spiral again. Okay, I'm going to the cabin.
That's great to hear. As long as you bring that fiery attitude to princess slaying, I think this will all resolve splendidly. This is probably for the best.
God, I did not want to end up with opportunist again.
The interior of the cabin is a mess of twists. The blade.
The blade, the mirror. Take the blade into the basement. I don't need no blade.
Hope you know what you're getting us into. It'll always be here if we need it. Sure, that was also true last time and we still died, but we definitely know what we're doing this time.
Goodbye, mirror.
The door to the basement, the weak
Yeah.
starlight from the cabin windows behind you can barely penetrate the gloom here. Only the air smells of dirt and copper.
Stinky
It's
princess.
thick, and her voice skitters up from below.
Something nasty.
Yep. I'm not okay, let's not lie. I did something kind of nasty. Hello.
I recognize that voice as easily as I recognized your nervous little footsteps coming up the path.
She must have you confused with someone else. She seems friendly enough. Maybe we can talk our way out of this whole situation. You can't. Unless you slay her right away, she's going to break free and end the world. There's no reasoning with what she is. Look, I'm just throwing ideas out there. I like to think out loud. Do you want to hear whatever? You need to stop lingering. Your time. Fine.
Yeah,
boss.
we've had this conversation before.
Thank you. You descend the basement steps, entering the dark room below.
Hi, girlie.
You can just make out the shape of the princess in the gloom. She's huddled against the far wall, her eyes bright and glaring from amid the thick roots.
And there you are, once again seeming to offer a helping hand while likely hiding the other behind your back. Fine, I'll play along for now. What do you want?
Can I get a kiss?
She's acting like the two of you already know each other. Oh, no. You've already been here, haven't you?
No, this is the first time.
That's pretty sharp. How'd you figure that one out? Call it deductive reasoning. Well, you seem to be great at it. Do you remember us then? Do you remember last time? No, I don't. But you and the princess clearly have a shared reality, even if I'm not a part of it. I won't waste time fighting you on something that's clearly true. I'm just glad we could put all this behind us. Is it all behind us? Just focus on the task at hand. Let's chat her up a bit first. Maybe we can find a middle ground where everyone's happy. Don't talk to her. You're just going to make things more difficult than they have to be.
Well, I seem to remember you having a tongue.
I get the sense that you're not happy with me.
Is that a joke? Do you think a joke will charm my...
I said the same thing, didn't I? We both died. Can't bygones be bygones? Why do I have this nagging feeling you're going to stab me in the back if I helped you out of here? I don't trust you, not enough to free you, and definitely not enough to get close to you. I'm leaving. Bye!
Very pragmatic. That is why you're in charge.
Abandoning me, are you? Fine then. Run. Tuck your tail between your legs and scamper away.
Says you, tail girl.
You might be able to escape me, but you can't escape from what you are and what you've done. If I don't take you, the wilds will.
Oh, a curse.
You turn to leave, but as you do, there's a deep, guttural groan seemingly uttered by the walls themselves, followed by the creak of wood being stretched beyond its limits. the cabin starts to get smaller.
What the hell is going on? We're getting out of here and saving our skins. That's what's going on.
As the roots that make up the walls of the cramped basement
Playing
attempt
it
to
safe.
close in
Leave a
around you,
suspicious
instinct
character
kicks
in the
as
basement.
You bolt upstairs. The steps are uneven and lively, creaking as they expand out of the dirt floor, the stairway growing smaller and smaller as you dart up towards the light. You manage to squeeze through the door just as the entrance seals itself shut behind you.
Oh, problem solved.
The cabin is smaller than it was before, and it's getting even smaller and smaller.
Ah, what's the worst that could happen?
That's fine. We'll just leave.
I'm sure you'd like to do that, but unfortunately there is no longer a front door. The roots have already closed over the only possible exit. What little light peeks through the holes that were once windows is growing weaker as the cabin continues to close in on itself.
Shit. What do we do?
As your mind races for an answer, you hear the princess's voice crackle up the stairs.
Do you hear that, you loathsome thing? Those are the roots of the wild, and they're coming to choke the breath from your lungs and squeeze the life out of you.
What about you? They'll crush you just as easily as they crush me. Make them stop, you can make them stop. We're not animals, we're people, we can work this out, we can make things better. I take it all back. Give up and await my death. We're not animals.
But we are animals. We are. You're nothing but fear and instinct, and that's all I am, too. We don't have to make things better. We can't make things better.
Oh, I don't like that opinion from her mouth.
We're just meant to chase each other in the dark until one of us catches the other.
The roots grow ever closer.
We know. We can see them.
Come on, they're pressing in on me. Give up and await death.
No, what's the matter? You're scared of thorny roots digging into your neck? Are you scared of suffocating in this dark, dark place alone? Good.
That one made me feel bad inside. I don't want people to think we're scared. Nobody likes someone who's scared of things.
Interesting take.
I, for one, think this is a perfectly reasonable situation to feel scared in. This place is getting awful tight.
You feel something against your back. A thick root pushing its way into the cabin. An unstoppable, unyielding wall of bark. You're running out of time.
Shit. What do we do? What do we do?
How about you? You can make them stop. I take it all back. Let's just give up and wait for death. Okay, what if we try begging? Let's try begging.
I could, but who says I want to? They're coming for me, too. But as long as you suffer while you die, I'll gladly suffer with you. Especially if I get to hear it happen.
This doesn't help anyone. I can't believe she'd kill herself just to spite me. See? This is exactly why you've been tasked to slay her. She's an antisocial monster who'll gladly burn the whole world for her satisfaction.
Hey, that was mean, narrator.
You slump to the floor as the roots continue to expand into the cabin.
Ugh, we're never gonna make something of ourselves with that attitude. At least she isn't gonna make something of herself either.
Thank you, opportunist, you're actually speaking sense for change.
At first it's almost gentle, your body being lifted delicately off the ground as the floor shifts beneath you. But the cradle of the growing roots starts to feel suffocating, then unbearably tight, then that tightness gives way to bulging pressure as they begin to constrict.
Unpleasant?
The sound of creaking wood is drowned out by the snaps and pops of your bones, pain flooding your senses as you feel your skin deform, being shaped unnaturally by the living cabin.
Prepare for more unpleasant cracking noises.
The suffering is what you deserve, you hideous creature. Know as you die that you are hated. I hate you, and I'm glad to die horribly if it means you die with me. I wouldn't have it any other way.
The pressure is unfathomable. You can't breathe, your vision swimming with red, your head pounding with trapped blood. And then you pop. everything goes dark, and you die.
Chapter 3, The Wild. Oh?
We are a path in the woods. We have no beginning, and we have no end. But something cold and unnatural sits watching us from just
What?
beyond our edge. His gaze pushes against our borders, curling them in on themselves, preventing them from stretching to the places they need to reach.
No, that's all wrong. You're not a path in the woods, you're on a path in the woods. Who's even saying that? That's not the princess, is it? Oh no. How many times have you been here? I think this is our third? That's bad. That's very, very bad. It wasn't even supposed to reach 2. If you're at 3, well, no wonder things aren't the way they're supposed to be. Let's get our facts straight. What happened last time? What could you have possibly done for things to be like this?
That's a good question. I don't entirely understand myself.
The thing that sits beyond our edge speaks his logic
Sip
into
water.
us. He tries to grasp at things that cannot be grasped. He tries to stare with wide pupils at that which can only be held from the corner of the eye or with a passing glance.
Shut up. The rest of you, talk. What happened? What did you do?
I'm innocent.
Why does he want to know? I don't mind where we are right now. It's rather nice. I can hear what everyone is thinking. There's no reason to keep secrets. We tried leaving her in the basement, but she made the cabin come to life, and it crushed both of us into a fine paste. And now we're here.
I didn't realize that was
Resisting.
opportunist. That is not opportunist coded.
And for what it's worth, I'm with him. This is nice.
Interesting.
It was a fitting end. I'm sorry if it hurt, but doesn't this make it all seem so small?
I see. So the cabin ground you into paste, and now you're convinced you're stuck together. What a mess.
He doesn't understand. We aren't convinced of anything, and we aren't stuck together. We're one. This is how we're supposed to be. Can't you feel it?
That is definitely not meant to happen. Let's see how far we can push this. This thing watching us, what is he?
I'm not watching you, I'm trying to help you. That's not an answer to our question.
I don't know what he is. I only know that he is something other, and that he wishes for you and I to tear ourselves apart.
I do want that, but only because it's in your best interests. It's in everyone's best interests. You won't be able to slay her unless you remove yourself from her.
I'm not doing that.
He wants us to kill each other.
I don't. I want you to kill her. Don't be charmed by her faux solidarity. You're not in this together. She's the only one who poses a threat to the world, and she's trying to make you go along with it. You don't have to enable her, especially when you have what it takes to stop her.
I've had enough of this guy. How do we stop him? Okay, let's say I want to stop her. Why should anyone do anything right now? This is fine. I like being like this. Why are you being nice to me? Don't you hate me? Don't we sort of hate each other? I can feel the pressure of the outside pushing in on us. What are we supposed to do about it? Whatever we are right now is an abomination and I want out. I don't like this. I'm supposed to be me and you're supposed to be something that isn't me. Okay, you narrator. How do I stop her? Or do nothing? I'll just say I like this.
You can't just passively exist forever. Not with her. That isn't how it works.
Okay, that's accurate.
I don't care if it was the cabin that killed you, because it seems to me like she was the reason the cabin could even do something like that in the first place. You need to remember that you and the princess are enemies. Don't let bygones be bygones. Remember what she's done to you and how much it hurt.
We can't go back to that. We can't go back to the doubting and the hatred and the schemes. Not after being something as beautiful as this.
Doesn't all that conflict feel so far away right now?
Unsettling?
So petty? We've been posed against each other by something that understands the strength of our unity.
Spoken like, honestly, a real puppet master. Have we considered that maybe she's the one trying to trick us?
I'm not.
But
She's not
there's a
trying
feeling,
to
isn't
trick
there?
us.
That petty feeling she mentioned, it is fuzzy, but it's there. Almost like she still hates us. It feels mutual.
Please, stop. If you pay attention to that feeling, we'll fall apart.
I do not want to fall apart.
Don't look at it!
She's trying to turn you away from the truth. There's something she doesn't want you to see. I think you already know you have to look at it. Everyone's pulling in different directions, but that feeling doesn't have a motive, it just exists.
Okay, I
We
wasn't
should
going to,
look
but
at
if
it.
Paranoid is saying I should look at it. Gaze at the heart, hatred in my heart, or bury it before it's too late. Gaze at the hatred in our heart.
Please, don't make us remember how we were.
I'll do this route again the other way. Don't worry.
And just like that, you start to fall apart. Right, she really does hate us, and we hate her. It hurts thinking about us as separate things, but we're separate. We can't hate ourselves. I love me.
I know you love you.
What were we thinking? Giving into absolute madness. We exist. We're real. We're separate from her. Of course we are. What are we? I can't remember. I don't want to remember what it felt like to be killed. It was so much nicer when it didn't feel like it mattered. And yet you keep remembering. You remember the loathing and animosity you've shared with the princess, the pain and the anger and the betrayal. And you start to remember something else, too. You remember that you are a distinct being with a finite form and a mortal body. You can feel it. There is a shifting of the space around you, the infinitesimal movement of your molecules rearranging back into the shape of what you're meant to be.
Maybe bygones can't be bygones. I don't know why I ever wanted to share a body with you, of all things. It's like my very soul reeks of yours. That was horrible. This is better. Finally, I'll be able to hurt you like you deserve.
I wish I didn't have to.
Some divisions, when sown, can never truly be mended. A cavernous gash rips across whatever it was you thought you were.
It's the cabin. Cabin.
A cabin comes into being among the trees. It approaches, and it swallows your body whole.
Okay.
And then you find yourself, blade in hand, exactly where you need to be. At the center of it all is the princess, a wooden and fleshy heart beating with an unbroken rhythm. You're filled with a sense of purpose. Strike at her. End this once and for all.
Kill me then, if you hate me so much. Just get it over with.
I don't like this. What he wants us to do. It's just cruel. It feels like we'd be killing a part of ourselves. Well, this should be easy. If you're sure about it. I mean,
What's the point of being king of the hill if there's no one around to be better than? We'd just be sitting on a hill.
Yeah, let's spare her.
Do we have to do this? You have to. You know you have to.
I never wanted to kill you, not really, but we can't be the same thing as each other. I had to put an end to whatever happened to us. Out of free.
You devious little bastard. If you think I'm going to let you
Oh.
free her, you have another thing coming.
Fuck off, narrator.
He's not in our head anymore, at least not like before. I don't think he can stop us now.
Oh?
I'm not bluffing. You won't be so smug when it happens.
Oh?
He's weak, thinks he can boss us around when he doesn't have any authority. We're clearly the ones with authority around here, so we can do whatever we like. You're tired, aren't you? No, I'm not. I'm... fine. Whatever. Cut the princess down from the roots that bind her. I hope you're happy. Good luck getting her out of here.
I didn't think you would do that. After everything.
Come on, girl. We've been through this before.
It's so cold without you.
I'm sorry. I'll do this again, and I'll do it properly next time. But I don't get the chance to respond. Something has taken her away and has left something else in her place.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And is that a mirror? Why is it here? Why now? Something's called they. He is. Does that mean the world ended?
Yes, sort of.
Yeah. No voice needling us anymore. Feels good, but I also feel itchy. Cold. We're top of the pecking order now. Right, boys?
I don't know where she went, and I don't know how we'd even go about looking for her.
Does this mean we won? Right. She's gone. It's just us and that awful thing. I should feel better with her gone. But I don't. I'm begging you.
Wow! I approach the mirror. Silence as I reach forward. They're gone, but the mirror remains. It's me! I am alone in a place that is empty. It is quiet. To the cabin. I'm at the cabin. Up to the girly girl.
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
Gift of a fragile vessel. Is this the end of the world? Let her out of there. Do you know the narrator? Are you what sent me to slay the princess? Do you know about the worlds beyond this place? Are you the princess? Do we know each other? What happens now? Attack the entity. Destroy your body. The gift of a fragile vessel?
Yes, nerves and fibers to feel the worlds beyond, perspectives to make my own. This one is like a shadow of me, twisting vines in search of answers. She will make for a curious heart.
Good.
Do not mourn her. She has found what she yearned for.
Connection. You know about the words beyond this place. What happens now, honestly? What happens if I destroy my body? Let's find out. I raise my will to end my life, but as it buries into the space my body should be, I feel nothing at all. You raise your will. One of the many hands in front of me reaches forward and gently touches the side of my face.
There's nowhere for you to be but here.
Fair enough. What are you? Is this the end of the world? What happens now? What happens now?
Nothing, as we are. But I know that there are worlds beyond us, and
Yeah.
that we are meant to reach them. There is
We've been
no
this before.
exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to. Bring me more perspectives, so that I may be whole, and perhaps then we will know our freedom.
We've been there. Okay, make me forget. Everyone prepare for jump scare.
She asks that I tell you to remember her. You won't.
There we go. A wounded vessel. Bring the wounded wild to her.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Yep, that's where I'm going to wrap up for tonight. Thank you everyone for joining. I will not be playing Slay the Princess on stream again because I'm going to be devouring it on my free time. I will see you all either next week or tomorrow. I haven't decided. I might do a bonus stream tomorrow because I'm sad that so many Americans are asleep. Good night.